Welcome back. Today is day 25 of keeping you updated every single day on uhook.com, the peer-to-peer rental marketplace. Are you ready to go?
I was ready to go from the beginning. Didn't even know you started recording.
Today, we decided to start up with some music to get the energy levels up because today's a fantastic day.
Beautiful day.
All right, but in all seriousness, we got to get into let me pause this. We got to get into the session for updating you guys on the website. So, hold up. I think my brother wants to start.
Is the screen on?
No.
Get the screen on. There's always a delay when they come to watch us. Come on.
Because we had the music on. The screen is on. Screen is on.
It is currently 9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m. We're doing an earlier session because then we can be louder. And
so if you guys don't know, yesterday's stream we were talking. We would do our daily update to
before our January 31st deadline. We have a peer-to-peer rental marketplace app that we're developing. And we got to develop it before January 31st because deadlines get the work done. So we gave ourselves a deadline.
We are currently working about 17-hour days. And to film these videos, we do it at night when we end our day. But yesterday, if you guys saw, the neighbor upstairs heard us. So now we have to do it earlier because he asked us to. And he wakes up early. So we're going to respect that. And we're going to do it early.
We're going to record.
Once this ends, we're not done working. We're going to continue till the day ends, which is 12. But
usually we end at 12. And yeah, we have about, what is it? The 23rd. Today's the January 23rd. It's day 25 because we started a little bit before. We have about like 7 or 8 days left. I think we're going to get it done. We have only like a couple things to go through. Only a couple more things to do, and then after we're done that, then we just have to go over the entire website and make sure everything makes sense before we have the meeting with the developers, the final meeting, and then get the word back from them, and then probably have to update more stuff because that's just how designing works. But yeah, let's get right into it.
So, I actually changed the help center. Before we used to have owner, renter, business, and guest. I removed them because it's not really necessary. We kind of right now.
Wait. Go into full mode.
I removed them because right now we only have an owner and a renter. We don't really have businesses and guests because that's not a thing yet. So I removed them. And then I'm going to link articles. You guys saw yesterday, I have a Google Doc with all the articles written out, ready to go live. Just they need to be hyperlinked into each section or file. And then I started working on searching. This needs some work done. So you click it, it starts to load. No, you click it, and then when you type how to something, whatever you want, how to change your name, how to upload an item, how to edit pricing, whatever you need to know, you just come search it in the help center. And this is not done yet.
Like auto suggestions will come up with articles that we already have, right? Is that how it works?
Yep. Like how to change your phone number, how to change your booking, how does security deposits work, how does the website work, how does it work for an owner, how does it work for a renter, all of that. It's a help center. It's not just a help page. It's a help center.
It's a uHook Academy.
Yes.
Teaching you how to use the platform. Now we're going to have the written format, and we're also going to make videos for basically all of this stuff. So you can just watch it as well, but the website isn't live, so we can't do it yet, but it will be an option.
And actually, exciting stuff today. The messages is now complete. You guys can't see it. You guys can't see it, but there's a check next to the messages, which means it's complete. This is ready for the developers to see.
It's loading.
Oh, shit. This is all the variants, every single click that you guys will experience, and this is just ready for the developers, ready to show, ready to go coding and go live. Another thing is I started with the insurance. I built a little funnel. And
insurance claim, open claim.
yes, so we're going to build a very, very robust system to filter out.
It's people trying to just get money.
Yeah,
and like
if you're just
fake
trying to come
claims.
here and post an item just to get your rental, it's not going to work because we're going to build the most robust system. It's going to be better than Geico insurance. That's how good our insurance is going to be. It's going to be so systemized.
it's gonna be legit. Like if you actually got your rental stolen and you got the security deposit, you took the photos, you scanned the QR codes, you did everything you were supposed to, you're gonna get paid. Don't worry. That's the U-Hook guarantee.
That is the U-Hook guarantee.
We are gonna make our platform extremely safe to use. And we're gonna double down on keeping our platform safe and keeping it trustworthy because that's what we want to be known for. We don't want to be known for, yeah, I posted my item and then it got stolen and then that was it. No, not at all. We want to be like, yeah, I want to rent out my table because I know that nothing's gonna happen to my table and I know that I'm gonna be on a trusted platform.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on. We're just making everything robust as possible, and yeah.
Currently, I'm working on figuring out the system. The design is not done yet, but the system on the back end is more important. What were you saying?
So this right here, show them this. This is just basically an open claim section, right? So the way you retrieve security deposits and the way you receive kind of compensation for damages or refund or compensation for, let's say, theft or something, is you would have to open a claim. And we're going through the sequence and making the open claim sequence as kind of broad as possible to cover as many situations as possible while still being user friendly and kind of intuitive at the same time, while also being trustworthy and feel like when you submit, you feel like you're safe and you feel like, all right, yeah, my stuff is going to be taken care of. Even if it was stolen, even if it was damaged, I know it's going to be taken care of, which it will, because after you submit, we don't have a team yet to look at this stuff. So it's probably just going to be us, but we will have a team eventually, like an insurance team or whatever, that's going to look through everything and handle with the insurance stuff eventually once we're a large company. But at the moment, it's just us two, but we could still cover it with the funds that we have.
Yep. So building this system is pretty complicated. So I'm going to be spending a couple days just figuring out how the system will work. And then I'm going to go into designing each frame. But that is all I did for today. And my brother's now going to show you what he did today. What do you have to say to them?
I need to go to my thing. How do I get out of this?
I got you.
You leaving?
Me nah.
Hey, you're waiting for me? Not on. Okay. Put the screen back on. All right. So yesterday we covered the payout sequence, right? We didn't cover the full thing, which is what I was working on today. We were finishing the full sequence today, but I'll just run you through quickly kind of what the payouts look like. So this is what the payouts is, right? You go to payouts, you got paid, processed, on hold. We covered all this yesterday, so I won't go too much into detail. I'll cover the main things that we did for the day, right? Oh, okay. So I don't think I covered this sufficiently yesterday, but every time you click on, or when you click on holds, right, it breaks it down, right? So you got what's being on hold, right? You have $600 and security deposit holds. You have $800 in waiting for the rental to start because you don't actually get the money until you give out your rental, until the rental is actually active. Then the money will start processing. So that breaks that down. Then if you go to processing, it breaks down what is processing. So, right. So we do have our current payment provider does have their own kind of processing days before the money goes into the U-Hook account for it to be able to be transferred to your bank from U-Hook. So that's going to be its own processing time, right? And we're not sure exactly how long that is. We have to double check with the developers. But then there's also the processing time by the bank that you have. So generally that's like 1 to 3 days. So that breaks down what's being processed. But yeah, this is all money that is going into your bank. Doesn't matter where it's being processed. It's still going to your bank. The last thing is just paid. This is just another version of basically the summary overview, but instead it highlights only the paid ones. Oh yeah, and then when you focus in on the processing and on the hold sections, it does also focus in for the kind of drop down over here with all the parts. So I see it's only processing payouts over here. Once again, it's only on hold payouts. And
Put the screen to the left.
The what?
Keep the screen to the left
Like this?
so they can see it.
All right, my bad. Okay. Right, here's where we kind of left off yesterday. So when you click payout ID, right, you click the copy function, boom, you get a little message that it's copied, and then you can actually paste it into here. I don't know if you could see that, but you have a little search payment payout ID, right? You click on that, boom. As soon as you start typing, right, the results start to show up. So, right, if you type in just like a random number, or like in this case, they put a 1, right? So if you just type in one number, right, there's no results. But then once they put the whole ID in, you don't even have to hit search. It'll automatically just show up at the bottom here with the full ID once you have. So you just paste it in there, boom, and now you have the ID. The other options you could do for filtering is you can filter by the days and like the weeks, all right? So you click on the drop down, and then boom, you have all these options here to filter through the summary. You have today, yesterday, this week, last week, this month, last month. Now, I was going to implement a calendar, but I didn't want to complicate it too much for now. We will implement a calendar in the future, so you can filter down on like specific days and time periods that you want to go through. But let's continue forth. That is that. Okay, so right. So now the way you get to payouts is either you click on the payouts tab up here or you click on it down here. But once you click on it, you go into payouts. And that's like that. The first thing I just showed you was summary, and now we're in the payouts section. So this is what the payouts looks like. It's pretty similar to the summary, but the only difference is now you can actually filter by paid, failed payouts, processing payouts, refunded payouts, on hold. So you can actually filter kind of easier while you're in the payouts. Right, so I just walked over. Okay. So another feature we added is one page has a limit of 100 payout transactions, right? So it won't just show up infinitely down the line. It'll be a limit at 100, and then once you're at 100, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can go to the next page, and then you'll continue to the next page. This is just so things load up faster. It's just for the system to run smoother and quicker, so it's not overloading everything. Right, then if we walk through here, this is what the paid version looks like, right? So you click paid, boom, now everything is showing only the paid payouts, ones that were already paid into your bank. And if we continue, right, we have failed payouts, but I'm going to add a kind of like a bank thing here, like an action required part. So if it does fail, you know what to do, and we're going to give you options to kind of relieve that so you can get paid. Right, this is just a version if no results found, if that filter doesn't work. Then if we continue, we have a little bit of a change in the filter by the date. You'll see you have day, yesterday, this week, last week, this month, last month, and you have all time. And the reason why we discluded all time from the summary is because in the summary, you didn't have multiple pages, right? So that would overload everything, and it would kind of make everything super slow. So that's why we only included it here, because this is running on a paged system. And if we continue, all right, so now what happens when you click on the payout, right? Where's the details of the payout? So boom, you click on the date to actually get to the payout. And once you click on the date, bam, you get the payout overview. And I really like this design. It took me a little bit to get, but it's super clean, super easy to understand. At least I think it's super easy to understand. We'll see in the long run. But main things we got here is you got your payout ID, so you know exactly what you're looking at. Then you have the payout initiated date. You have the payout completion date. You have the status. Oh, okay. Well, I forgot to add something, but I'll do that on my own time. So, right, you have payout initiated date, payout completion date, the status, the bank, and then you have the pricing breakdown, right? So this will tell the settlement amount is basically how much is being paid out into your account. The gross amount is how much you brought in. Then you have the refunds. This is in the cases of security deposits and stuff. Then you have the fees. This is the U-Hook fees that we charge. And then that is how the net income is, the net payout is calculated. It's the gross minus the refunds plus the fees, right? And then you have a little timeline going on here. You know, payout initiated, processing, and acknowledged by bank. And when it's acknowledged by bank, that just means it's paid. Then you can actually see the rental that the payment is linked to, so you don't have to go searching around and kind of wonder where did this money come from. You can see right here, and you'll kind of your memory will be jogged just by looking at probably the photo, the item, and the dates. Lastly, we have the other versions of if let's say the transaction was, or the payout was paid. This is what it would look like. You know, you get a full page, payout completion date, the status, and everything acknowledged by bank. That means it was paid. Everything is good. Next up, you have if it was failed, right? You have a payout completion date, which is not there. And then we didn't add it yet, but there's going to be like a kind of a, how do you fix this issue kind of little tab here where you can like update your bank info or stuff like that. We're not sure exactly how a payment will be failed. We have to talk with the developer, and once we talk with them and just find out how the payments can actually fail, then we'll add in options to relieve that over here. Lastly, we have a payment that is on hold, right? So when a payment is on hold, this is how it shows up. No payout initiated date, none of the dates because it's still on hold. And then this is what it's going to look like if it's refunded. Now, when it's refunded, this generally means either the rental was canceled or it's a refunded deposit. So how it will show up is settlement amount is $0 because you're not getting any money. The gross amount is how much you brought in. The refund amount is probably the full gross amount, and then there's no fees on any refunds unless. No, there wouldn't, because this is the owner's view. So there would be no fees, right? And then there's no payout initiated date or completion date, nor bank account, nor timeline, but there is the rental. That is that. The one thing I forgot to add is the date the money came in to the account, which I have to add. I'll figure out a spot for that. But that is pretty much it for me for now. We still have a couple more hours to go before I head home, but like we said, neighbor's getting mad, so we got to do this earlier in the day.
The neighbor is not getting mad. He's just going to sleep early. So he asked us if we can please be quiet at 12 o'clock at night.
The neighbor's getting frustrated.
Yeah. That is all. Don't forget, today is a fantastic day, and we will see you guys next time.
Whoa.
What?
What if I wanted to say bye?
So say bye.
All right, guys, that is all for day 25. We will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.